Before she opened her eyes, she thought back to the time our demon Empress was talking to her. Xiao Chun, Master, is soft-hearted. He pities the weak and helps the young. I do believe that, but this time, I feel like he's hiding something from me. But don't follow him too closely, leave a little room. See if he's really just helping out. With that in her mind, she stood up to chase. And seeing her getting up, Xiao thought to herself, heavens, that silver hair and animal ears, no doubt about it. She is Xia Chun, that military general working for the Empress. Looking at her posture as if preparing to lounge off, she analyzed the way she's standing. She's definitely going to chase him, as the general was about to chase. Xiao shouted out to her to wait. However, finally realizing her state below, she panicked while thumbing down. My clothes. Why are they torn? My inner Dan area is a bit sore. As always, the girl's mind was filled with impure thoughts. Could it be that during that time when I lost consciousness, However, her illusion was shattered by the general. Xiao Chun, hey, you were bewitched by a temptress. Your inner Dan is unstable right now, so don't move. Shocked, she wondered, temptress. Wait, those images did indeed appear in my head. Those shameless images. Who is that female dog? After all my planning, I completely miscalculated the chance of being controlled by a temptress. I have never been so rude to anyone before. Wait, the reason I'm safe right now is because that cultivator helped me. After all that, only now do I feel shy. Oops, it seems that I'm still attractive. Of course, that's definitely the case. Hearing her rumbling about, she got annoyed. TSK. Just stay here, she informed her. However, still excited, Xiao Kaiokio yelled out, General, are you going to find him? Let me come with you. I have to thank him for risking his life to save mine. This kindness, I can only thank him with my body. Hearing that the general was at her wits' ends, getting more and more annoyed, and with a thud she came close, and lifted up Kaiokio's face, and coldly said, I never thought that this little girl would value friendship so much. However, Xiao was no pushover as she slapped away her hand. General, what are you saying? Only a person of lower class would not repay their gratitude. What an interesting sentence. Come on then, repay me with your body. After all, I am your savior. Hearing that, it's as if she just swallowed a rock, shattering all her thoughts. What? Could it be a mirror morphing secret technique? How could this happen? And sheathing her sword, huge amounts of aura was blasted out, creating an overwhelming pressure. Okay, you are in no position to stand against the Supreme Empress. With that, her purple aura trapped Xiao in place, not forgetting to tell her, the one who wants him is Her Highness. You are but one among the million stars. How could you compete against the bright moon? Just stay here. This formation will protect you. And with her final words told her to stop her wishful thinking, which dampened her spirit for a bit. While running within the forest, her thoughts bothered her more and more, thinking, why does Her Highness want him, and no one else? And just thinking about her drove the general's emotions wild. Sus much. Well, she was really sad about that fact. Tears nearly streaming down her face. Yaner. Why? However, her inner thoughts were interrupted by a shout from behind. General. Looking behind, she saw Xiao tailing her, which caught her by surprise. Didn't I tell you to stay put? My ground formation couldn't trap her, she wondered. While holding her trusty talisman as always, Xiao smiled, informing the general, I have my ways, don't worry, General. TSK. I underestimated her. I need to use a more powerful move, thought the general. But before she could make her move, Xiao interrupted. General, you have misunderstood. I don't like him. Akem. How shameless. Shifting back to our boy Yeshen, who had arrived at his destination, landing gently on the ground. Swoosh. I'm finally here. Before him was the Feudy Cave, which had the wind blowing in and out. However, before he could enter, we are first taken back to the past, as the young third disciple was calling for him. Master, look. I dug something up from the ground, a spiritual centipede. These creatures only appear in locations with abundant spiritual energy. Luo. It looks like we've come to the right place. But master, why do we need to find a place to grow elixirs? Shouldn't a cultivator just sit and practice meditation from dusk until dawn? That's correct, he affirmed. But does Luo remember why master founded the Xuanji sect? Confused, the girl mumbled. In troubled times, looking for paradise makes even the poor hopeful. That's right, this is what I want with all my heart. But just having great supernatural powers is not enough to achieve this. True power should be beneficial to the world. Today, Luo and I found the ideal place for farming elixirs, which may help more people in the future. Luo likes master, and also what master wants to do. As they returned to the Feudy Cave, which was better looking at that time, little Luo spoke. Don't worry, master. Luoluo will turn this place into the paradise of Master's dreams. Haha, okay? Let's make use of Luoluo's blessing, and name this place Feudy Cave. The Chinese characters used in Feudy have the meaning of blessing. Still looking at the now gloomy place, he still smiled while saying how nostalgic it was to see it. Wait, Luoluo has now become a woman who's made a name for herself. What was that saying again? Women change when they come of age. Feeling something, he wondered, oh, the two girls that pretended to be asleep are probably chasing my fake body by now, right? I should thank that dog general for exposing her flaws. Surely enough, the general and Xiao Qiao were chasing his paper clone. Ye Shen then continued. That was the only way I could smoothly steer my boat and avoid the tigers. Hey, wait, it's not right to trick people. I'll settle this matter first and then make amends with them. They shouldn't catch up to my fake body. So soon shifting to the busty duo, it seemed that Xiao Qiao was embracing the general, which naturally stunned the general, causing her to blush a little. What are you? She tried to protest. However, Qiao did not let her finish as she covered her mouth with her hand. General, please don't make a sound. If this causes him psychological trauma, then he'll be unable to even lift his head. Shouting in a whisper, she said. Are you just going to let him be then? It's such a waste that Her Highness thinks of him as a gentleman. I can understand how you feel. Under Her Highness moonlight, he is going as far as to express his desires to a tree. Since the clone had no intelligence, it was repeatedly hitting the tree. Qiao then continued. But if you look closely, he looks experienced. Even the speed varies. He sure is a master. What are you saying? The general yelled back, then thought with anger. No wonder he tried every possible means to leave. It was to relieve his burning desire. I cannot report this to Her Highness. It will dirty her ears. A rustling sound then caught her attention, and surprise, she was somehow trying to take off her clothes, feeding our thirsty eyes. Which naturally surprised the general. Stop, she yelled silently. But Qiao was stubborn as ever, saying, as everyone says, I'll go to hell either way. Just let me extinguish that strong evil desire. No need to thank me. Shut up. She then cursed at our boy, which caused him to sneeze. Who's thinking of me? He wondered, and upon entering the dark cave he felt a wind spirit, then smiled. Right. Wind spirits only appear in places where spiritual energy is abundant. Luoluo has done a great job maintaining this place. This little girl loves taking credit. The reason she wanted me to rush here must be because she's already completed the Peach Blossom Spring. She deliberately didn't tell Yaner and just wanted me to come praise her alone. Great. Allow me to see this paradise. However, there was no paradise, and before him was a huge centipede, and upon seeing it he was stunned. Hey, where's the promised paradise? The giant centipede, however, gave no time to think as it suddenly charged at him as if wanting to swallow him whole, but with a cold glance. Ma Dude sliced the centipede in half, as if slicing butter. I win. He then raised his hand in the air, and slammed it hard on the ground, causing it to collapse, as he also dove down the new hole, almost like stepping into another realm. His expression was one of knowing, as if he knew what was happening, then asked the one responsible. Had enough? Suddenly blue energy gathered to one stop and formed the image of Luoluo. She then opened her eyes, and with a smile greeted him. Master, long time no see. What do you think? Did Luoluo scare you? The monsters inside this cave were all illusions created by you, right, Luoluo? You've honed your skills. Master, you noticed. This isn't our first meeting. It's been so long, will you still not allow me to joke around? Of course, Master is listening to you. I almost forgot that Luoluo loves being praised and playing pranks. Feeling happy, she embraced him. As expected of Master, the person who understands Luoluo the most. He was flustered by her sudden actions, as he tried to protest but to no avail. You little... fine. He then suddenly got serious. Spill it. What are you up to that you're even hiding from your senior sister? Even having your soul leave your body to tell me? Feeling nervous, she hesitantly responded, actually, my soul hasn't left my body. It's just my soul is all that's left. Playfully sticking her tongue out, she continued. I, Luoluo, have died. Not expecting that, he asked with a serious face. Who did this to you? Please calm down, Master. Actually, Luoluo set this up for herself. That's enough talk. You can have a look with your own eyes, Master. Touching his forehead, she showed him her memories. For the 100 years Master's been secluded, countless scoundrels and bandits have laid their eyes on our sect, and once again our sect was under the danger of being wiped out. Fortunately, the senior sister and I remembered your teachings well. Step by step, honing our skills, we were able to make it past that crisis without any losses. After we've slaughtered their leaders, senior sister had to change the name of the sect. Only then were we able to catch our breaths. Even so, 10 years later, It seemed that Luoluo had her bag packed, intending to go somewhere, with Yaner trying to convince her otherwise. Luoluo, all those pests who displayed irreverence to our sect have been wiped out, with your senior sister in power. All we have to do is to wait for Master's return. So why must you leave? However, Luoluo did not intend to tell her, always trying to laugh it off, by responding that it's because Yaner is being too overbearing, no sugar, no staying up overnight, and not even allowed to go down to the fields. At this rate, we might as well be an old married couple. Yu. She then changed the mood by grabbing her hand. It's fine, senior sister. The responsibility of looking after the sect is not yours alone. I don't want to worry you. Once you're old and scraggly, I'll probably become Master's favorite once I return. Would you like that to happen? Irritated by her words, she yelled while chasing her. Big words for a little pest, who knows nothing but eating. Stay here you. Hey, you can't catch me. Inwardly though, she was hiding something. Forgive me, senior sister. The great fortune teller revealed to me that from Master's seclusion, and up to our sect being targeted onwards, someone planned it all out, also giving us hints by showing a silhouette of the Buddha statue. If you were to find out, you would have dedicated everything to wiping out our enemies, right? I don't want to see you looking like that again, senior sister. Oh, Master, I'm sure you'd understand, right? We in these turbulent times. At that moment it seemed Luoluo was fighting the Buddha statue, and sadly came up short, as she got a huge gaping hole to her body. And at that she could only long for the only family they've had. Returning to the present, she still continued with the story. After that bloody battle, I took the Phoenix toxin, and escaped with the spiritual fetus. I then set up a decoy and had Tianshu City built. With that, I had Zhang Kong wait for you to be born, huh? Surely, senior sister still thinks I'm alive. Truth to be told, I wouldn't be able to hold the spiritual fetus for 3 or 5 more years. It's a good thing, Master, that you're here. While she was trying to make light of her situation, Ma Du Dia Shen on the other hand wasn't having none of it, and with a serious tone told her, you did great, Luoluo. Your master understands. Do not worry. I will have a new vessel sculpted with a strong foundation for you. Yes. Using the core of our mastermind here. Seeing his fierce gaze, she smiled happily and informed him, Master's the best, but this is going to be more difficult than you'd think. While I'm here with nothing but a spiritual fetus, I'm still a cultivator in the life and death realm. Surprised, he asked to confirm life and death realm. Then thought, Luoluo's level of cultivation has surpassed me. We are then given a brief summary. In the continent of Canyuan, the path of cultivation is split into 6 realms and 9 tribulations: gathering realm, solidifying realm, foundation realm, nascent divinity realm, sculpting divinity realm, life and death realm. And within the life and death realm, surpassing each tribulation is equal to that of the progress gained going from the gathering realm to the life and death realm itself. Last time I fought Yaner, she was already standing at the sculpting divinity realm. While my body is sanctified, it all comes down to the matter of my cultivation. I am merely standing at the peak of the sculpting divinity realm. But there's an opponent that even Luoluo, who is at the life and death realm, was unable to beat. How strong are our enemies? He wondered, but Luoluo interrupted his thought, informing him that when she fought that twisted bodhisattva, its level probably stood somewhere in the 3rd, no, 4th tribulations. Even after escaping as a spiritual fetus, I should be able to reforge my body as soon as I can, but I've tried countless methods, with no results. Now that you're out of seclusion, how is Master doing? After listening to her, he asked her a question. You think I'd lose, while also thinking, while it's true I haven't made any progress with breaking out of this realm, but with my sanctified body I should be able to stand up to a 4th tribulation. Lu then replied to him, I knew you'd try to fight them head on. However, if you're going to win, you come back with an overwhelming victory. Am I right? Victory by an inch is still a loss. I see Luoluo knows me well. She suddenly spat out a drop of liquid energy. That's the reason why I've remained here. This ice silkworm is a dried dan I've made using priceless ingredients I've gathered throughout. If you make a breakthrough after taking that, it'll be a major boost to your chances of winning. Feeling something wrong, he seriously asked, is that another lie I'm hearing, Luoluo? Hey, with such a marvelous pill, Luoluo, why didn't you use it for yourself? Even as a mere spiritual fetus, make a breakthrough with that and your chances of reforging your own body will be much greater. Not to mention, these so-called priceless ingredients are no different than the ones I've seen 100 years ago, and they have no such effect. Luoluo, this ice silkworm of yours was made with your own spiritual fetus. Not expecting him to suddenly say it out loud, she suddenly burst into laughter. Ha wah ha 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 blah ha 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 ah ha 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 ha. As expected from Master, Luoluo lost this time. Turning his back to her, he instructed, Be good and wait here, don't worry about the breakthrough, your master will be back shortly. However, she suddenly pierced him with the ice silkworm, and playfully told him, I found an opening. Caught you, master. As the powerful spiritual energy was surging through him, he revealed a panicked expression, shouting, Luo, that's your own spiritual fetus. Take it back. With her final words and spiritual energy enveloping him, she lovingly told him, Master, say hello to senior sister for me. You two have always been the most dearest to Luo. Well, that's it for this video. If you want to more, be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time.